Hey there gang, time for another grading video. We are taking a look at some Golden Age books. Well, this one here is actually kind of pushing the bounds of Golden Age, I guess. But at any rate, there are definitely some old comic books. So if you like comic books, and if you like old comic books, well then please do stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bubby. Welcome to Shanghai. My name is Duke, and this is a grading video. We're going to be grading up some comic books for sale on eBay. I invite you to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my grading skills, what you think of these particular books that we're going to take a look at. Please do like, share, subscribe, do all the groovy things. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. We're going to start with a Fawcett comic book, WINSLOW of the Navy, number 13. Good old Don was kind of a big deal back in the day. He had a movie serial. He had, what else did he have? He had a lot of other media tie-ins. And you can see it's a wartime book. It's got just one staple. Hirohito's Hospitality. So, and the seller name on eBay is DOTCOMCOMICS. If you want to bid on these, that's great. But if you just want to kind of keep an eye out and see what they end up going for, usually a couple of weeks or so, something like that, after I get these books graded, you'll see them show up on the eBay. It's Marvel Bunny. Hoppy Bunny. Hoppy Marvel. I'll get it right eventually. Well, that's what old Donnie looked like. Jetsam Joe. So right now I'm just looking for the centerfold. Make sure this book is complete. Oh, it's not complete. It's got a It looks like that's actual, not a coupon or something or an ad. Looks to me that somebody cut out the last couple of panels of that story for some reason. Huh. Well, this is why you gotta look. You gotta look inside. You can't just grade it based on the cover. I never did see that damn centerfold. You can see we got a big old rip here too. A lot of these inner pages have got a rip there right at that inside staple. Is that it? Kinda yes, but kinda no. What the hell's going on here? Huh. Well, let's see, that is a centerfold, and it's just kind of hanging on. Let's count these pages up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that centerfold's 12. Makes it 24, 48, cover 52, and that seems right. Huh. Well, I don't think that the book is so incomplete that I'm going to give it a no grade. We're definitely going to make a note in the description for this book that it's missing 2 panels from the... Which story? There's a first story. Second story. Missing 2 panels from the second story. Or, I don't know if I know how many panels that is. So I think, this would grade higher, but because it's got those panels cut out, I would be tempted to give this... Look at some bug chewing up here. You can tell that's not just a spine split. That jagged edge looks like it's a bug chew. We've got a 1/2 inch top spine split bug chew. So I'd be tempted to go to maybe a 3.35 on this, but because of those missing panels, I'm going to call it a 2. And we will make note. of the defect. But anyway, there could be some discrepancy there as to, you know, do you do this a no grade because of those 2 missing panels? I say 2. It's, you know, based on the rest of the page, I would say that it's 2 panels because these are standard 6-panel pages. Or would you give it a lower grade? But I'm going to go with a 2 and note in the description for this book that it is missing those 2 panels from the second story. Here's another Don Winslow. When we did the unboxing, we made fun of this book because, I mean, that's a 40-foot leap there old Donnie's making. And these guys have their hands up, but it just sort of looks like this guy threw him. So we got a kind of 1/4-inch bottom spine split. We've got some, you know, tearing. We've got some rust on the staples. A Schwinn-built bicycle. Captain Tootsie. So you probably know what a Tootsie Roll is, but if you're not old enough, which means probably even older than me, you don't know who Captain Tootsie is. Well, Captain Tootsie was the superhero salesman of the Tootsie Roll. And there's the centerfold. And this one looks like we're missing pages because we transitioned from this funny character into another Don Winslow story. So there's something missing here. Let's count these pages up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would be 22, 44, 48. And this is probably supposed to be a 52-page book. So the centerfold's missing. We take a second. We'll go online here with a phone to comics.org. And we'll look up Don Winslow. And what issue number did we decide this was? 46? Was that right? 45. I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Not as smart as I thought I was. So 45. And if I expand that, you can see that it is supposed to be a 52-page book, and we've only got 48 pages. And again, keep in mind, the GCD, Grand Comics Database, comics.org, they count the covers in the page count. So this one I am going to give a no grade incomplete to because it is missing the centerfold. It's not just a couple panels cut out. It's missing 4 pages. Too bad. So sad. All right, here's a grandpappy of them all, Famous Funnies. And Famous Funnies, like the Timely books of the time, little narrower than the standard comic book. Famous Funnies from Eastern Color Press, 146 is the issue number. This was actually the first regular ongoing comic book series. Invisible Scarlet O'Neil was a comic strip. This is all mostly comic strip reprints. Okie dokes, you probably don't remember. Pen Pals, look at this. Now, here's something you wouldn't see today. Listing the name and full address of boys and girls as young as, well, there's no age, and then age 10 up to age 16, kids looking for pen pals. Now, some of them, it just says like Phyllis Bear, Summitville, Indiana. So those kids probably aren't going to get theirs. You had no zip codes at this time. Here's P.O. boxes, so that's fairly safe, but Bernie Nichols at 207 South 2nd Street in Fulton, New York. Da-da-da. Be kind of interesting if we had any recognizable names here, like, you know, was a young Frank Frazetta. Yeah, looking for a pen pal. Anyway, what else have we got in here? Scorchy Smith. Let's get into a huddle. Famous Funnies Patterns. Well, there you go. You want to make a dress? Dickie Dare. Napoleon was a dog. I'm looking to see if we've got some Buck Rogers in here. Bucko, 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 Bucko. Okay, Buck. Here's our centerfold. No, wait, is that our centerfold? These staples are pretty rusted up on the inside. Let's see. That rust is migrating onto the pages. Good here, Chief Wahoo. Your obligatory 2 pages of text. There's Invisible Scarlet O'Neill. And there's your Buck Rogers. So this has obviously got some water damage, so that's not good. But the book is complete. We've got some tearing here of the spine that shows up extra special because of the black cover. Big old fold right there. But I think... Oh, that back page is stuck, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to go a 1/8 on that because of the water damage. But otherwise, that book's complete. And it doesn't appear like it's actively molding at all. Oh, and the rust on the staples as well. Just reminding myself what to write down for the description. Now, this is a good book. This should be a couple $100 book. I would have sent this to CGC if this had been me. But 4-color number 157, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse and the Beanstalk. And that's in pretty nice shape. We got this upper corner here, it's got this gouge, and that little corner piece just kind of hanging on. And we do have a little bit of rust on the staples. Not too bad. It's mostly just surface rust. And we've got some, no tears, but a lot of stressing. That's a fairly important book. These books often had the inside covers had comics, but they were just 2 colors. This, I think, is a full-length story. There's the inside, centerfold, so the book looks complete. And of course, with the 4 colors, you know, it says Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse and the Beanstalk number 157. Doesn't mean there were 156 earlier issues. And by this time, we've lost the 4-color designation on the cover. But 4-color was a series of one-shots. I want to look that book up as a price. Give me 1 second. Give me 2, maybe. It's taking a second for the page to come up. If you make me wait much longer, I'm going to break out my Overstreet. All right, well, we'll put that phone right there and wait for the page to come up. And while we're waiting, I'm going to break into the Overstreet. We're going to go analog. We're going to go full analog, bitches. 4-color, 157. Is that what we decided? Mickey Mouse and the Beanstalk. Well, it's not as big as I thought. $535 and near mint 9.2. And in the condition that we're in, because we're probably around below a 4, probably a $40 book. Well, I lied to you. I'm a lying liar who lies. Oh, look, the page finally came up. Hooray. Let's look it up here just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles. Giggly shits. Well, see this one. This one has a steeper curve, or less of a curve. They're both around near mint 9.2. This one says 509, so it's a little less than Overstreet. But down around the 4, it's telling me it's a $78 book. So it's got a little less of a decline as far as percentages. It probably is closer to a $40 book. Well, I think it's a big deal, damn it. I would want this book for myself. And actually, I think I'm going to go to a 3.5 on this. I'm going to go down below a 4, just because we've got this piece here that's just hanging on, and if that lets go, that's unsightly. And because we've got some light rust on the staples, and it is kind of those stresses. They're not actual tears, but it's pretty stressed up there. But otherwise, it's nice and complete. I'm going to call it a 3.5. 3.5, and you keep a track on the eBay. Again, seller name is .comcomics, and you take a look and see what that ends up going for. And here's another 4-color, Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, Jungle Magic. Any kind of racism going on in here? Yup. As Goofy would say, yup. See, it's kind of the blackface here. Which, you know, well, they look like monkeys, but again, these are anthropomorphic, so you could say that, well, they actually are monkeys, so it's not racist. But I think we all know. This feels thin, so let's count these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a centerfold, so that's 16, 32, 36. That seems right. And the continuity is correct on the centerfold. And this book wouldn't have had a centerfold ad of any kind, so I'd say this is complete. Horace horse collar. With Goofy. This is obviously from the Ralph collection too, because on the books that he didn't write Ralph on, he had this W for some reason. That's pretty heavy rust in that bottom staple, and not insignificant on the top either. And we've got some discoloring going on up here. So this is a book, I would be tempted to call this a 6 or maybe even a 6.5, because there's really no tearing. These edges are all nice and straight. We've got no tears on the spine. We've got a few stress marks here. The book's complete. It's fairly clean. We've got this little kind of 1/8 of an inch tear there on the back cover that goes through a couple of pages. So I would be tempted to go to a 6 or maybe a 5.5 on that. But because of that rust in the staples, and hopefully you can see in the camera there, that rust is, let's get a light on it. See if we can get a little better light on there. See that rust? And that's something that doesn't get better. So I'm almost tempted to go to a 3.5 because that rust is heavy enough, but and I am. I'm going to go 3.5. 3.5. Gangbusters. This is a DC comic. Boom. This is number 1. I said at the onset that this was kind of pushing the bounds of Golden Age, and I lied. 1947, so that's still solidly Golden Age. This is based on a radio show. DC really couldn't afford to license any movie or TV or cartoon properties for the most part, so they went out and licensed a couple of radio programs. You can't beat the law, based on the smash radio hit. It was on ABC Radio. So we've got about a well, it's a good example of what I can't remember if I spoke about it at the top of this episode. Comic books on the brain. The grading guide will tell you that a 4.0 can have up to a 1-inch spine split, and it's a little longer than an inch. It's about 1.25 inches. So does this mean this can't be any more than a 3.5? Because it's pretty clean otherwise. We've got this M written here. We've got a kind of a crease that goes along the top, and we've got some tearing around the top staple anyway. The book's a little off center, but it looks more like how it came off the press than any kind of handling error. Book looks pretty complete. There's your centerfold, and so yeah, looks right. Inside Football. Boom, boom. Wheaties. Bert LaBrucchieri? Who the heck is he? He did something. Some kind of sports things that got him on a Wheaties box. Here's our editorial board again. Few of whom probably ever even saw this book that their name is on approving. So I am actually going to go to a 4 on that. Even though, that rip is technically longer than a 4 should be if you take the grading guide literally. The rest of the book is nice enough that without that, I might be tempted to go to a 5. But I'm going to go to a 4. And now Green Hornet. And this book is BTH, Beat to Hell. Green Hornet Fights Crime. This is a Harvey publication. And this is probably going to have some Simon and Kirby in here. So a big old chunk missing. I think this cover is probably detached. Nope. It's hanging on. Just barely, but it's hanging on. Captain Tootsie, you got a front page ad. We don't actually get to our stories until the second page. Got some tape in here. Oh, it was that piece was torn off and somebody tried to tape it back on, but well, it's gone now. Boomerang. So, your statement of ownership. 3-in-1 air pistol. Boom, boom. Ooh, that's some superhero-looking character. Who's that? Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look very... Look, he's even got the spit curl. Who is he? Look at him, lifting things right up over his head. He's Kid Adonis in this corner. Huh. I wonder if Harvey got a cease and desist from DC on Kid Adonis. What do you think? Another superhero in here. Shock Gibson. Guest star Shock Gibson? I guess he would normally appear in other places. What's he doing? It looks like old Shock is dry humping that computer. And look at the computer's eyes bugging out. Doink. What are you doing, Shock? Get away from me. And now he's like, ooh, that was invigorating. And now he's like, oh, give me some butt stuff. Shock he's one horny, perverse MFer, isn't he? Wow, that's crazy. And now he's like, ooh, girls, ick. I'm into computers and butt stuff. Okay. All right. So this is going to be like, I'm going to call this a 1.5, just because this spine is just beat to crap. And this cover is just barely hanging on. Barely hanging on. But the book's complete. Baby Ruth. All right. Actually, probably could go to a 1.8, but I'm not. I'm going to go to a 1.5. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get over that Shock Gibson. That was pretty traumatizing. Pretty traumatizing. All right. Well, here's another Green Hornet. Racket Buster. Whoa, this is way incomplete. What's going on here? This is missing all its pages. This has only got about 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that 5. So this is only 10 pages here. Holy crap. So this one I'm going to pull. I'm not even going to list this one. This isn't even worth listing as an incomplete. I will stick this in the dollar box at work, and maybe somebody will pay $1 for it just so they can cut it up and do some decoupage with it. Because who knows if you want to decoupage your table with some racist orange Asians. Well, this has only got 10 pages out of, this is probably, what, 52 at least pages. So, I'm not even going to put that on eBay. Pull it. Pull it. All right, Haha Comics. Haha. Another Ralph book. Holy crap, what's going on here? Oh, Ralph, why'd you beat the crap out of your comics? So, cover's detached. We've got a near complete spine split. So one staple book, and there's rust on that staple. Is the book otherwise complete? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, let's see. That one looks like it is next. Sometimes cover pages get detached, and somebody will stick them in out of order. So it's 1, 2. 3, 4. So this is going to be a 0.5 poor book. Poor book. Just because. Yep. 0.5, that's as low as we can go without giving it no grade at all. And here's the last one in this batch. It's another haha. It looks like it's another one with the cover detached. It's another Ralph book. Cover is detached. And we have some water. Make sure I don't get the back of my head in the shot there. Got some water staining here. Pretty heavy rust on that staple. Izzy and Dizzy. How many centerfolds are detached this time? Well, this is definitely a case of those weren't put back together right. It's going to be another 4. Oh, actually, we're missing a page. Because this page is torn in half, the Slumberjacks. Is it? Yeah, it's only one sheet there. The other half of that page is gone. I think. Yeah, it looks like it was cut out. See? Somebody cut that page right out. Huh. So I would say that goes there. And this one does indeed go here, because that's old Slumberjack there. So that would mean that we're missing a page of the story right here. Well, that does... It looks to translate. Huh. Well. It's another 105. Now I would have gone to a 1 on this one. You know, even though the cover's attached, maybe even a 1.5. But because it's missing that half page. Huh. So those two books there, it's like maybe I should just throw them in the dollar box at work, because those probably on eBay are going to get like $5 maybe. 5 or 6 bucks. They will be money losers. But that's it. Kind of pissed off about those last few books, so let's have more Drew, signifying my mood to come out and say goodbye. So until the next video, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.